Yeah. What up, man? I get too high, I don't wanna feel up. Fly like planes now, I don't need that airport. Skip the conversation, I don't care for it. Don't like my music, then what you here for? Stay up in the sky like I'm in the Air Force. She don't like the height, so she stay on all four. You can call her back, she don't want you anymore.
Good early morning. It's a chilly morning here in Iceland. We just woke up at this beautiful site, and we're on a little airstrip surrounded by mountains and apparently a giant crater. So today is the last flight I'm gonna get here in Iceland, because after this we're heading back to Reykjavik and I'm flying out tomorrow. So last flight here. I'm gonna get my motor all fueled up. We'll launch and check out the crater, probably some mountains. Should be sick. I'm stoked.
Play out the chorus, tell them see you soon, so I gotta cut short. Still strum the chord like the guitar recorded. She only right, you know you couldn't force it. Don't talk about it if you can't afford it. Stay up the whole night, don't sleep till the morning. Call up my mama, tell her that I'm good. Do what you want, you do more than you should. Stick to your roots and they'll give you a look. Don't get caught in your head, you forget what you could. I get too high, I don't wanna feel low. I do what I do, so you do your own. Only stay up if I know.
Yeah, buddy. Last flight in Iceland. Freaking gorgeous morning. This whole landscape, I mean the mountains at least, kind of remind me of like western United States. Like that way it looks like Arizona. Iceland just has so many different like crazy landscapes. Volcanoes, black sand, glaciers, huge mountains, those rock fields with the moss. So apparently in this direction there's a big crater and then there's multiple smaller craters somewhere out here in the valley. I don't really know. I didn't look at the Google Maps, but that's what we're looking for. This thing over here looks pretty gnarly that they're headed to. That might actually be the big crater. Can't really tell if it's a plateau or a crater. Somehow up to this point I've been able to keep all my cameras charged with external battery packs and just running off of the car's DC power system and dump cards full of footage. That was the biggest thing I was worried about on this whole trip, like having a dead camera or running out of card space. But final flight, I think we made it. Here we go, approaching the crater. That's pretty awesome. This thing like rises right out of the ground. Oh, dude, that is gnarly. If you haven't seen, I have a video from a while back where we were in Arizona and I flew this giant meteor crater. I would have to say it was at least like 10 times as big as this, but it was all just like sunken into the land, if that makes more sense. This guy like just rises right out. It's all rocky. That's awesome. I would assume this one was created by a volcano, whereas the other one, they say it was a giant ass meteor. That is awesome. That thing goes down pretty deep too. If it wasn't super windy, I'd totally carve it up in there. You know, like those old school motorcycle deals where they would go around on the inside of like a barrel with their motorcycle. That's what it would be like flying a paramotor in there. Can like nearly ridge soar this upwind side, it feels. You know, it feels like the wind just picked up dramatically. Like I trimmed out, but I'm parked here. Ooh, I want to get on the sunward side and snag a quick picture of Miro hovering above it. This is the procedure. You can sit on your glove, bite it, yank it, do whatever you gotta do. Get your glove off and start freezing your hand. I gotta fly into the right position, get the angle right with the lighting and the altitude. All right, I didn't put my phone in that pocket. Carefully manipulate your phone. Oh yeah, dude. That's a good one. That shadow in there is rad. I want to get a little bit farther away though. This is how the legit YouTube thumbnails are created. The freaking Galaxy S8 A little bit higher and I can get the whole shadow. One more rotation. Got it! That's freaking legendary. Got traffic below me. Don't want to freaking land on anyone. Where else could you just like roll out of a tent 6 a.m. in the morning, grab your paramotor, fly over a giant crater? That's what we were all talking about the other day, is adventure flying as a whole. Just like flying just like riding motorcycles. You got like your supermotos, your sport bike guys, your Harleys, your adventure guys, and just like the same sort of applies for the paramotor world. There's like slalom, there's acro, there's cross country, there's adventure flying. This is like epitome adventure flying. Just going to a sweet location, camping with your gear, waking up in the morning, and exploring this entirely new landscape around you. A lot of our flights are like over an hour long, which generally back at home, I typically fly for like an hour. But out here, we fill our tank all the way up, and we really normally have a lot of flyable weather because it doesn't really get super thermally here. So we'll go out for like an hour to 2 hours and just explore. Got Ryan looking like a freaking narwhal with his camera gimbal hanging off of his knee. So rad. Sort of surprised at this wind gradient. Last night it stayed really windy, no one flew. This morning it started out like dead calm, and already it's pretty windy. Like, we're not going to be able to go that direction very far. Wind gradient's so strong, we're just having like a freaking hover party over this crater. Nick's over here flying with one hand, shooting with the other. We'll probably head out and see if we can check out these little mounds out here. And I don't know what. There's not much in the close proximity with this wind factor going on that we can check out. Alright, I've been fighting this headwind for probably the last like half an hour. Trying to get up to these two guys. I literally am moving less than like 10 miles per hour ground speed because of this headwind. But yeah, we're almost there. I think I'm just gonna circle around these two, just check it out because this landscape looks awesome. I assume these were volcanoes at one time. Got myself, got Ryan behind me, got Matei way out in front. I don't know where all the other guys went. I haven't looked back to see them. But this is a strong freaking headwind. When I turn around to go back home, I'm gonna get there in like 2 minutes. I don't know, dude. I'm looking down at the grass and it's just ripping. Somehow it got crazy windy. This is like the ultimate test of patience. I feel like a freaking hot air balloon just sitting here, nearly stationary, trying to get to that volcano over there. You know you're flying in a rad place when the magnet keepers on your brake toggles pick up magnetic rocks from the ground. Such a crazy landscape. There's so much of this like crumbled rock field covered in moss around here. Then you got this red rock looking volcano thing. That's all, dude. It's getting bumpy over here. Oh, that's awesome. Look how that color shifts from the red to the black around the side. That's so rad. It's so symmetrical on this side, like perfectly round. It's badass. Mate. Saw, dude. Ridge lift from volcano. Feels like it might be a little. Gotta pull my trimmers in for this escapade. Yeah. Check that out. ridge soaring a volcano. That's so dope, dude. Nice lift right here. So that strong wind is being pushed up the side of this volcano, and I can sit here at idle and just sit in that rising air. Maybe even go up a little. Just a couple dudes hanging out, flying along the side of a volcano. I kind of feel like doing a touch and go, just to stretch my legs a little bit. Oh no! Yeah, dude. You good? Nailed it, dude. Yeah, I feel like it's probably a good time to head back. The wind is cranking. I'm gonna point downwind. See how fast we go. I didn't get a really good visual on our launch site from the first crater, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Alright, let's see. Small craters over there. Somewhere in this vast greenness is the little airstrip we took off from. Shouldn't be too hard to spot, but I don't see it yet. Alright, I got a spot located straight ahead, coming in hot with this tailwind now. That crater's rad. I like that. Well, last official flight in Iceland. After this, I'm gonna pack up all my stuff. We're consolidating into 2 vehicles because the US guys are all flying out tomorrow, and all the Slovakian guys are flying out in the next few days. So we'll say bye to them, head back to Reykjavik, and spend the night there. And then tomorrow my flight leaves at 3:10, I think. It's pretty crazy. I don't really talk about my personal life too much on here, but I just passed 4 years of being in this sport, and 4 years ago was the summer between high school and college for me, and I learned to fly a paramotor, and then I started engineering school, and almost immediately knew it wasn't what I thought it would be or what I wanted to do the rest of my life. So I finished 2 semesters there, and then I switched over to community college, got my associates in business, and now who'd have thought 4 years since then I'd be freaking adventuring around Iceland with paramotors, sharing this beautiful experience on YouTube with you guys. Pretty incredible. Windsock looks pretty dead down there. I don't know if that's correct. Watch Ryan come in, and I'll try to get a feel for the wind direction. That's so dope. Look at all of our gear. We got tents and motors and vehicles, wings laying out.
I don't care for. Don't like my music, then what you here for? Stay up in the sky like I'm in the Air Force. She don't like the height, so she stay on all 4. You can call her back, she don't want you anymore. I don't play around till they play out the chorus. Tell them see you soon, so I gotta cut short. Still strum the chord like the guitar recorded. She only ride, you know you couldn't force it. Don't talk about it if you can't afford it. Stay up the whole night, don't sleep till the morning. Call up my mama, tell her that I'm good. Do what you want, you do more than you should. Stick to your roots and they'll give you a look. Don't get caught in your head, you forget what you could. too high, I don't wanna feel low. I do what I do, so you do your own. Only stay up if I know. I get too high, I don't wanna feel low. I do what I do, so you do your own. Only stay up if I know, yeah. Step on their reps if they act slow. Watch them hit the dome with a mad flow. Too tough, a little too much. It's $2 if they shoot stuff.